involved for Toulon this afternoon. Vermeulen, Bastereau, Mitchell, but still a stellar cast line up for Toulon. But the headline selection really is Matt Giteau. His first league start of the season for Mike Ford, and now Richard Cockerell's meant the prodigal son returns. Jonathan Police partners him this week. Maxime Mermoz replaces Bastiot, who's been caught up with the national setup. In the pack, another significant returnee, Juan Smith. Not seen him in the top 14 since the 3rd of September. Gogozzi moves alongside him at 7, and Manoa starts at 8 with no Vermeulen. Orioli and Van der Merwe slot into that front row.
Mamuka Gogozzi was monumental in ball carrying against Saracens with 16 and was one of the reasons they scraped through to the quarters of the Champions Cup. Moved from the second row to open side this afternoon. Zach Holmes can expect the Georgian to be in his peripheral vision, if not his pocket.
Well, La Rochelle, the top 14 story of the season so far. This Six Nations period was going to be tough for them without their frontline props, Antonio and Bugnami. So Corbell and Kaulashvili. Well, the ship certainly seemed to have steadied for the 2014 champions. The merry-go-round of coaches has stopped for now. Mike Ford at the helm with Richard Cockerell brought in to add a bit of Leicester grunt to proceedings. But a tough challenge today, Dario, against the best away team in the competition. Simple, attractive rugby, built on solid foundation of basics and a team spirit for La Rochelle, which will be the envy of most in the top 14.
Well, La Rochelle, not to them, the surprise package. I was listening and reading to Jason Eaton in the week, and every time they go out and pull that jersey on, they expect to win. You know, it's not none of this home and away situation. We'll see what we can get on the road, and they've proved that with their results. I mean, they make the more line breaks, they make the most defenders beaten, they concede the fewest pens, they steal the most lineouts. Their stats are fantastic because they do play for one another, and I'm expecting a massive game from them, even though they have a few call-ups from the Six Nations.
Maxime Mermoz back in the line-out. He's been a bit of a bit-part player with Bastio and Nonu in the centre partnership. But after 3 successive wins over Gloucester, Bayeux, and that 31-8 win over Treviso last weekend, La Rochelle come here, as you say, Dad, full of confidence.
Receiver Moz, he'll be crucial again to straighten that line, very powerful. Bastro, I thought, was outstanding last week at Saracen, a game really that Toulon should have won. Tuisova dropped the ball, well, he got kicked the ball over the line. He would find more difficult to not score than score. He didn't, and they got held up twice. So actually Toulon are not as bad as they would see on some of their results. They scraped through to the quarterfinals, and now the Pilo Pilo.
I do fear for his blood pressure.
But what a fantastic start. I know the All Blacks have got the hacker, is not up to that level, but it does get the crowd up. It is a tradition, and here we go.
The informed team in the top 14, La Rochelle. Can they pick up another win on their travels at one of the hardest places to do so in Europe? And the Pilo Pilo, all part of that, isn't it? Gets the crowd involved. Fine afternoon.
Well, it starts with the Toulon players when the bus drops them off, doesn't it, Johnny? And they've got to walk through the gauntlet of all the supporters, patting them on the backs, and it is a great, if you've never been down here, it's well worth a visit. It's a fantastic atmosphere.
Murimu Valu, the fullback today, was wearing 12 against Treviso last week. Do swap and change this back line around. We've got Zach Holmes at 10 today's peak. 12, 13, 15 even. No Brock James, he's on the bench, as you've already seen.
First penalty again, he's very quick at this. Is Ruiz. He wants the game to flow, he wants people to get that ball away. And they were sluggish, you've got to say, against Treviso. La Rochelle, they just thought he was going to happen. Forbes takes the ball in, he's just signed a new contract. he'll be crucial. But they did come out in that second half and put Treviso away. But Murray Muruvalo was very crucial to them. I think he had 17 carries right up the guts of the midfield. And more of the same today. No Bastro, obviously, for Toulon. Like I said, Mamars, we wanted to make a point, not only to Toulon, Mike Ford, but also to Guy Noves.
Whispers of Mamars going to Richard Cockrell's old club, Leicester. The team out today. 67th top 14 appearance for Maxi Mamars. He's a silky player. Off the back of scraping that losing bonus point at Allianz Park last week. Toulon through to the quarter-finals, away to Clermont. Spirits brightened by two of those men involved there, Guiteau and Joan Smith. Sober thought he might have been doing a bit of catching practice, dotting down practice in the week. Having the best side at the moment, is he, the winger?
It's nothing to do with the plastic pitch as far as I'm concerned. He didn't want to get his belly dirty. We know if that try in the corner. That wasn't against Saracens. Coming out here, he's lethal if he catches it. My word, you're right, Johnny. Wasn't a bad pass, you've got to take those. Suter was outside him, and a bit more weight and a bit more balance, but you really got to take those passes. Inexcusable.
Yeah, first scrum of the afternoon. New to top 14 rugby then. So it all starts. Any rugby really. But Uni Antonio, the Toulon captain at times, big man in that front row. The former Toulon man, of course, Bougamni, not there today, called up to Guinoves, French national.
Absolutely.
This is going to be a tough part of the game for La Rochelle. Can they build their game with their scrums going backwards?
They're also concrete when it comes to this set piece. I mean, the combined weight must be well over 40 stone. They are big men, but also very good around the field and can bend their back and turn ball over. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens to the likes of Kobel and Kulolashvili. Can they withstand this? Because again, they've got a big weight advantage here. Mind you, they come away with a pen.
First penalty from Actruis is to La Rochelle. Yeah, I mean, they're set piece there. Patrice Calazzo knows all about it.
Yeah.
Scrum 80%, the top are Racing at 84% in terms of statistics. Line at 88%, Leon on top with 89.
Look, we see it all the time. How many times do I say, if you've got a good scrum, you've got a place of comfort to go back to. If things aren't working, don't worry about it. If you turn a ball over or whatever, you can come back to this. So that's what they work on. Calazzo would never have a team anywhere near what they're doing at the moment if they didn't have a set piece, and they do. And he knows that, and it started well. I mean, in the first 8 games, they really put the gauntlet down. 4 wins, 2 draws, just 2 losses. That's what set them up so far, and they deserve where they are. They don't. They just love the challenge that comes off, whether they're at home or away, and they're going to relish the challenge against Toulon.
We thought today that the selection might just be a little underpowered. It is certainly not. When you've got the likes of you've got the likes of Quovo, you've got the likes of Victor Vito and Zach Holmes in there. It's a very strong selection.
On écroule le ball. Oui. 7.
Godzi in a 7 shirt today. Ian Gill on the bench, Fernandez Lobby on the bench as well. He's been swapping and changing between second row and the back row. Godzi. Or Godzilla, as he's known. For La Rochelle, taking this game to Toulon. Important to quiet that crowd down, especially post blood pressure pillow.
Yeah, it'll take some doing, because we've seen some highs and lows there, more highs than lows. But yeah, again, I quite like this side, La Rochelle. Again, no Ricky January today. Rater's there at 9. He was outstanding against him. He had to be. They were lethargic last week, but they had a real big burst in that second half. But I do like the way they perform. And when January, he is their number 1. When he's calling the shots, they come round the corner at an incredible rate of knots and really smashing defenders. That's why they're the best carriers in the top 14.
With 21 points in the final 22 minutes against Treviso, booked their place away to Edinburgh in the quarter-finals of the Challenge Cup for La Rochelle. So a live game here on Sky Sports Friday night. Well, Gogodzi swapping, changing between the row and back row and second row. Victor Vito, a little pass inside for Murimu Valo. Zach Holmes, Bottia. So he's going to give you all afternoon, and that was Mahan Nonu. He's just put on his backside. He's a big carry in that midfield.
Levani Bottia, he is my number 12. He just does what it says on the tin. You come straight, it doesn't matter. Reputations mean for nothing. And when he comes on the ball, he just goes one way. And the defence normally goes, again, on their backside.
In reverse. And you've got the subtle skills of Lacroix, Murimu Valo with this stepping ability of his. You've got to have a man who's going to get you over that gain line. And Bottia is that man. That was Nonu trying to hold up Murimu Valo, couldn't do that time. There is Bottia again, up to 22. There's great patience from La Rochelle here. Holmes into Forbes, another New Zealander. There's a few of them out on the field today. Both teams. Well, that's one high. That is high. Van der Merwe. Tight head for Toulon. Ratier, 2 tries against Treviso. Ever closer here, La Rochelle, up to build the score up, and we are coming back for that penalty. Is it going to be any more from Alex Schwartz?
I think we've seen the sort of, not something silly 2 weeks, go with me on this, of referees imposing the new tackling laws, and I just think that, you know, everything's just settled down. That they make their own decisions. Yes, it's the reckless and accidental. We'll have a look at this one now. That's just accidental. He's pulled him by the shirt. It is a penalty. It definitely isn't a yellow card.
Accidental tackle, exactly. Making contact with another player during a tackle, or attempted tackle, or during another phase of the game. If a player makes accidental contact with the opponent's head, either directly or where their contact starts below the line of the shoulders, the player may still be sanctioned.
Is that the same for Bottia as well? When he's going straight forward, somebody he can do what he wants. They're getting a bit of information from his coach, Calazzo. Will he be quite happy with the start? 8 minutes into it, a shot goal from Holmes.
Absolutely take this, wouldn't you? For La Rochelle. He's been kicking well. Zach Holmes, 109 points in the top 14 so far, just as we say that'll be a fairly standard kick for him.
Just be careful if I pass my face.
Yeah, that's a let-off. Again, you've got to take every opportunity. You talk about silence in the crowd. It'll take more than that. I'm normally sort of semi-joking, but really, some good inroads. That was a good break from Murimu Valo there. But again, when you get your opportunity, you really have to take it if you are going to come away from the Mayor with something.
Holmes, last 3 of the top 14. Well, that time, that's a couple of mistakes from La Rochelle, who have had absolutely the lion's share of possession and territory so far in this game. Gito is back. Here is Matt Gito. Broke his ankle in the Rugby Championship back in August. They have missed him, haven't they? Especially with Francois Duke, of course.
What side wouldn't Johnny? Sorry to come across you, but you know he's such a good player. Whether at 12, again, harping back to the glory days, but when they won those Heineken Cups, Wilkinson at 10, he was at 12. He's the guy that calls the shots and it's an overused word, isn't it? It's the talismanic figure that everyone sort of just goes to. He just knows what's wanted at what specific time in a game. At the moment, what Ratier wants is the ball to get it out of that. So the one's pretty well just dragging it down.
16 points they've picked up on the road so far, La Rochelle. More than anyone else. Is after this one. Up against Havana this afternoon. Brian Havana just signed a fresh 1-year contract. Alisana Tuolagi signed, isn't he? The 35-year-old. There's injury cover for Vincent Clerc, who's ruptured an Achilles. Officials just checking that Brian Havana was out of the field of play. He was.
Yes, he was.
Toulon line out.
Just another bit of impact to come off the Toulon bench then with Toulonnais.
Stolen the line out. And it's Jason Eaton from Botia. Lacroix. Where's Lacroix going here? 10 tries. Try scorer in the top 14. Penalty at very, very least here. Cynical from Toulon. Rochelle. Holmes goes crossfield. It's a shot to nothing. Where's it bouncing? Into the arms of Pulisic.
This has to be a card. That is a professional foul. That ball comes out, they've got a chance of a score. It's not a given. Oh, come on, referee.
Sorry, Dennis. Quite get your opinion. Did you think it was a yellow?
Well, that was a sensational break. Again, they think it's going across. Botier will take it up straight. Lacroix can't stop scoring tries. You think he's going to break out of this tackle. Again, it's relatively slow ball. It wasn't a great line out. It wasn't great passing. But then there's a mix match or a mix up in the midfield with Nono Lacroix. You can see this into Habana. He keeps going. For a little one, he's a good one. Try scoring.
And this bounces a different way.
And again, no one calls for it. It's right in the middle. It's on the money as far as a kick. But that ball came back 2-3 seconds slower than it should have done. This should be 3 points, but Toulon should be down to 14.
Well, that's 2 penalties, isn't it, in the kind of scoring zone, the red zone. And Holmes won't miss this one. Surely. 3-0 to La Rochelle, and what a start from the away team, really is.
Well, it's a great break, and it's Guito Thiele's ball, the 9 and 10. Yours, mine, anyone's call. No one did. Luckily, again, the bounce of the ball just saved Toulon.
Experienced players, Derek. Well, they've 4 caps between 103 of them belonging to Guito.
But they've been blasted, mate. This is the way La Rochelle do it. When they carry with incredible power. They don't accept that first tackle. That time they do, because good God, he's got hold of somebody. But you know what I mean? They really don't. Get through that game line and try and offload if you possibly can.
Because it is a bit of a feature. You make the tackle, players tend to fall away to try and get back on their feet. Keep going as the ball carrier. More often than not, you've got to add a metre or two. It's Holmes again.
And they've got players to do it. Uvo, Eaton's a big lad. Uvo, big ball carrier. Victor Vito, of course. But then you go to Botia, and that's what teams need. They need game makers, game breakers to break these defences up, because they're so good. They're so claustrophobic now in the modern professional game that you do need a big one sometimes, or just a powerful angle from a centre. And there's Richard Cockrell right in the middle of things.
And the sign just days after being relieved of his duty, should we say, at Welford Road. 6th of January, Zorioli comes away in his old position. Jean-Charles Zorioli. Richard Cockrell brought in as a consultant. Privileged coaching these rock stars, he said this week. Polar opposites to what he experienced in Leicester in many ways. You don't say.
Now careful, he had a few good years at Leicester, Richard, but again, I tell you what, as Bastro looks on him, I bet he was glad he wasn't there when Glasgow put him to the sword and milled them. Will he feature for France? I tell you, on last week's performance at Saracens, I would say yes, because again, he added a little bit more drive, I would say. Sometimes he just goes through the motions. 7 days ago, he was really pumping through the motions, committing players to the tackle, not only 1, 2, 3, 4, and he's been brought back into the squad because Givenchy was in initially for Fafana. Thank you, Johnny. I know you did for a reason. So Givenchy came in, got injured, and actually, Guy Nobes knows all about Bastro. On his day, he is unstoppable.
He said he looks like Remy Lamarat will fill one of those centre bursts.
Yes, well, again, he's another pinball wizard. I think he's fantastic. Come from Cass, playing his trade now down at Clermont Auvergne. It reminds me, again, I've mentioned it a few times, Philippe Salah. Very strong, very aggressive, but incredibly talented. So him and Bastro together, I don't know. I mean, you know, we're not privy to that, but Lamaral will start. It was going to be Fofana. Fiku, possibly. Possibly, I know. He can go in and out of games.
Pierre Bernard. No Chanduk, no Lee Halfpenny, of course, this afternoon to kick those goals. Got Bernard and Gita, of course, who can kick the goals. But from that scrum penalty, decide to go into La Rochelle. You can see the response from the crowd. And La Rochelle have done really well for 15 odd minutes to keep that crowd silent, but Toulonnais getting them involved now until they turn that line out over, and they are great stealers of the ball. For example, Jason Eaton is the top stealer, or the joint top stealer, with Damien Shuley with 8 steals. He's the top 14.
They average 2 steals a game, so they do put a lot of heat on at the set piece. Some people don't go up and compete, they definitely do.
To Asoba, to Mahanonu. Like 103 times, double World Cup winner here, Juan Smith. He's got 70 caps as well. Menard, Gagodzi, flying in off their feet.
Sazi did very well there. He got over and he knew there was going to be a big wave coming at him, so he got as low as he possibly could.
He doesn't mind, does he? He will give it all.
No, he's a great player, but he just slowed it up again for 4 seconds or so. So just stop the movement.
Just beginning to get some rhythm work, just getting some ball really too long. Gagodzi, Juan Smith here, playing advantage, flag is out from the assistant referee to Asoba, bumping. It's a loose head, Prothy's just bumped off there. Corbett. Move breaks down, and we'll come back for that penalty.
C'est juste pénalité, c'est accidentel. Just be careful.
It's good refereeing.
C'est pareil que tout à l'heure, c'est accidentel, c'est un peu.
We haven't got the amateur dramatics here of the balls run, the arms run up onto the neck. It's just accidental. It's on the shoulder. Make a decision. Move on.
Gets himself involved, doesn't he? Just goes up.
Oh, mind you. Seeing it again, that is exactly what I think the referee must see this again, surely.
Yeah, that's what the 2 or 3 blasts on the whistle were about from Alex Ruiz.
I think he got the information from. He's got to look at this, because again, that's what it was brought in to do. Unfortunately, you can't do that anymore, because that is dangerous, and that is a reckless tackle, because the guy's beaten you and he's gone round his neck. And there's only one option. If he follows the law, the new law, that's a yellow card.
Look at Lemani boxing his eyes. As soon as he makes his tackle, look, he's looking at the referee.
Tout à l'heure et celui-là. Tout à l'heure, c'est une prise au maillot qui finissait en chute en haut. C'est accidentel et simple pénalité. Alors que là, c'est un plaquage avec le premier contact sur une des épaules à la nuque. C'est carton jaune contre le 12 blanc. D'accord, très bien.
He said accidental, certainly. Not intentionally high, so we are looking penalty, yellow card, kind of maximum territory here.
Par rapport au premier plaquage au début de match, c'était une prise de maillot qui finissait en haut. Là, le premier contact qui sur les épaules, c'est carton jaune. Non, monsieur.
Had to be, you know.
I read the laws out there.
And no, he did very well.
Premier contact directement à la nuque.
But under the old laws, if I'm allowed to say that, that would have been, because it really wasn't intentional or malicious, that would have been a penalty. Look, absolutely nothing in it. It's that instinct that you go out. It happens week in, week out. But what it's brought in to do is to stop people flinging that arm up when you get beaten on the inside. Very difficult, because it's just your instinct to do it.
Of course, and it's defence at the heart of this surge up the table for La Rochelle. It's going to be tested here, isn't it? 14 men or not. So it's not straight from Orioli.
Clairement chez eux, il n'y a aucune équité, monsieur, non?
He's thinking about
Option, s'il vous plaît.
what to pack in his bag. He's off at the end of the season.
D'accord, Nelly.
Well, his partner in crime,
Vous avez qu'à vous mettre au milieu et pas vous mettre sur le
Corrado, had an
mais ça sera
excellent game last week. Obviously, he's on French duty, being the captain of France. You'd expect that. He was up there with Gorgodze on 16 carries, had a superb game. But again, just when you need that one, they're down to 14 men, and it was a good, you know, it was a good, well-worked line out, looped over the top of the two-jumper, not straight. Now the pressure will come on. Our host broadcasters are just making the point that Phil Taylor, he ain't at the moment.
Flexion, lié, chef, en même temps on ne bouge plus.
Another penalty. That's from my maths, Dowie.
Les premières lignes.
Three penalties, 2 to La Rochelle, 1 to Toulon so far.
Venez voir si on est d'accord pour dire qu'il y a eu 5 ou 6 000 engagés, il n'y en a aucune qui s'est jouée. Avant le match, je vous ai demandé juste de vous concentrer sur votre métier, qui était de pousser en mêlée et d'être réglo. Jouez le jeu, s'il vous plaît. Le 1 au sol.
So, the Bulbes, the man who came from Iona in the summer, and their first choice, Xavier Choki, France, Fessia on the bench today. The Bulbes struggling at the moment against Lexo Kalashvili.
Le droitier rouge.
Well, Alexander Aruz is on that side. He's, yeah, possibly falling in, hinging, whatever it's called.
I mean, it was right in front of the referee.
Short line up from La Rochelle. Forbes just about gets away with it.
Didn't he? Tanguy in that second row. 20 years of age, despite his mature looks and facial hair.
Well, he just said that under 20s just about to start last year. He was playing for the under 20s. What a performance! I think he's signed it. I think he's signed a contract till 2020. They see so much potential. He's such a great player, and I can't wait for the under 20s championship to start, or the Six Nations, I should say. The future of tomorrow is just about to be put on our television screens.
Yeah, this time tomorrow we'll be down at Sandy Park, England. It's France, under 20 Six Nations Championship.
Come along and enjoy 12 noon.
Right there. Server came up, it's gone backwards, and there was an opportunity to give that early ball to Lacroix. Nonu knew it as well, and he came straight in. There's Vito. Hopes just does the sensible thing. Zach Holmes, he's really mature alongside Arthur Retter.
Just coached well, you know. Again, they're expected to carry. They're expected to carry with aggression. There's the possession stats. That's not too surprising. But they're expected to carry with aggression. You carry with aggression and protect the ball, you are going to get an extra second and a bit more space for the scrum half, whoever, to get it away. Goodish tackle from Gitto. He did try to swing his arms round, but then it's that speed of ball. Everyone who are expected, what number is on their back, get that ball away. And then if it's not on and you've tried an up and under, put it into the corner, keep the pressure on the opposition.
Line out started outside the 22. Lattez feeds Murray Valley, who's through. Lacroix on his shoulder. Oh! Could still work out though. Oh, it is going to work out. Oh! Lattez thought the opportunity had been blown by Murray Valley.
Philippe, est-ce que tu me reçois?
Alex Ruiz wants to check.
Pour moi, le toucher à terre, il est bon, d'accord? J'aimerais savoir par contre si
Can't
elle a
see any reason, no doubt.
Offside could only be the possible reason.
14, je sais pas.
Lacroix can't stop scoring tries.
Récupérer ce ballon, s'il te plaît. Donc deuxième question, y a-t-il une raison de ne pas accorder cet essai?
Any reason? I couldn't see initially. Well, that's the kick's already happened. That's gone forward. That is a try. As far as they're not even looking whether Lacroix was in front. That's gone backwards. That's gone into Rattez's hands, and that
pour moi, j'ai une décision, épaule
is
contre épaule.
a
Les deux joueurs
try.
sont au ballon, il n'y a aucun change de ligne pour empêcher l'autre ici.
Lacroix thought it was going to. There you go, what a start. Not only possession, they have the points now to La Rochelle. I tell you what, they're not one of these teams that it's people say, what on earth are they doing at the top? They work at it. They know exactly what's expected of each of their team members. And what a break again. Murivale, they're just off the pace a little bit too long. They're just like a Swiss cheese at the moment. There's holes all over the shop. Good score.
And it's not the first time in this game that they've targeted between Gito and Nonu. Combination hasn't worked together that often, certainly not this season. Gito's been in for the last couple of European games, only started one of those. It's Harrison's last week, so that combination, and they're targeting it. And Zach Holmes adds the two. And the other big point now really to make is this is all with 14 men.
And the best way to do is to go for your thinking again. You did it, and I had to make a little bit of a noise because you got Lacroix on his right-hand side. Don't kick the ball away, don't give possession. But again, they seem to have the sign with him at the moment. As soon as I say that, straight away Toulon back on the attack.
Yeah, third set piece. Pull that from La Rochelle. It's been too long. They've been showing a set piece so far in this game. Scrum and line out with Godzi. Just patting it back, sort of volleyball style. Quobo thought he had it. Forbes takes it. It's knocked on. We'll take the original offence, which was the knock-on from John Quobo.
Well, I hope everyone watching this back home is enjoying it, because this is some game at the moment. Again, tremendous dexterity there from the forwards. A little bit overplaying it, really. Godzi then just accepting it. Should have just gone down, taken the tackle. Gives the ball over the top, and Souttar's just he should just hold back. But again, great game. Oh dear. Someone doesn't look too good, a bit wobbly.
Lyon, Scandi, Tranduc, O'Connor, Clerk, Mitchell. We've mentioned those injured players, some of them for Toulon. Del Boubès. The words out. Here's Bobby, the water boy, now for the British and Irish Lions.
Yeah.
It's Florian Fresia, who would replace the Boubès.
He doesn't look too good.
Does he?
I think he's crook. He's standing up, whether it's... No, he's been knocked. He's not taking part in this game again.
Olivier Chocky in the crowd.
Let's have a wee look what happens. Well, nothing really. Very, very wobbly. He knocked just before that, and instinct was just dragging him on to make that tackle, but my word, he's not coming back on this field.
It's not fresh, is he? It's another...
Not as fresh as fresh here, anyway.
Stop! Jouez-le!
Pretty sick. Nonu, Gito, that wrap around. So good at it, isn't he? That Gito. Fufanoa. Juan Smith back inside to Orioli. Net by Aguillon. Spoken about yet the outside centre. Cabana. Smiles, wasn't he, this week with Bougela. Crown of Merlin. I mean, this is Toulon all season long, isn't it? But we put that one in row Z, Dowie. We've still got 2 minutes left on the sin bin. Perhaps a momentary lapse on the scrum half.
I'm just going to wait for Toulon to make a few more mistakes. But they do back themselves, they'll kick and chase. Again, Toulon it's a little bit of inconsistency, but they have decided to come out and really give it a lash. It's just that final precision, that final pass not going to hand. And La Rochelle know they're just doing well. They just slow it up, and it's up to you. You start again. You've got all the superstars. Let's see what you can do.
Much as stellar cast, just the leaders in precise positions. It's gone forward from Nonu. See that?
It's just mistake after mistake, and when a side starts making those mistakes, that's when you do kick right down the park and chase.
But if you think about it, Dave, Have they replaced Carl Heyman, cornerstone in your pack? Have they replaced the guys behind him? Back is both Ali Williams, a master tactician in the line-out. Johnny Wilkinson steady the ship at 10. The quality of players that made them so successful. And of course you can't keep being as successful as Toulon were. With those 4 titles in 3 seasons. Heineken Cup 2013 and 14. And of course 15. As well as lifting this top 14 title. In 2015 did he double that year. A few misses around the ground, thank you Max.
So this rumour you were talking about, Hammond, is it more than a rumour that Merci Max would suggest he's on his way to Welford Road, if that is the case? Allegedly, great word that we use.
There's Bruges out. He may be off as well in October.
Until he does, I will not believe a word that's written or said by him. What a character.
A comic book.
Yes, it is. He is a character.
It is. He's brought all of that to the top 14,
yes. And more.
Jared Barbara and Simon Lucien. Vance talks about a €10 million deal to buy Toulon. He bought it for 300,000, so it's not a bad bit of business.
No.
He's lived and breathed. It's not about the money for him, is it? He's a real Toulon man.
That was just Johnny's wages, wasn't it? But again, I have no idea what's going on in the scrums. He got that call, the referee Ruiz, from the from the far side. It seems to be going one decision one way, one decision t'other. But it's just and it's just spoiling a good game at the moment. I know it's a crucial part. I'm not going to get on the soapbox, but get it in, get it out, because again, both sides really want to play.
Doesn't seem to have made a difference, is it? From Festia coming in.
No.
Come through the academy that Bernard Laporte was so prominent in developing. The sustainability of this in Tanguy for La Rochelle, 10-0 up. And the Simbinning just coming to an end for La Rochelle.
They're comfortably up, Johnny, because again, Toulon have had their chances, but unfortunately there's been no real pressure, because after 3, 4, 5 phases they drop the ball, so they can't sustain it at the moment. It'll look long time to go.
Penalties against it. Scrum time.
Yeah.
This man disrupting their line out. Jason Eaton. Rater. Muscular run, but Toulon looking to turn that ball over. They are very good at turning the ball over. Toulon crowd on that far side. Don't like the decision from the referee. Kaolashvili just about gets that ball down.
Well, Toulon kick the ball most out of hand on average of the top 14. Well, they can do that with Gitto, and also you mentioned the turnovers. They average 7 a game. So again, with all that experience, Gogodzi, Juan Smith, they just wait for it to happen. They wait for someone to come in, and then if it's on, they go for it. But again, you can see La Rochelle just happy to play this yellow card down a bit, give it to Johnny Rouleau. He'll make a yard, and so again, it's good game management.
Certainly is. They will wait for this opportunity. Thought they would struggle without Stefan Armitage, but on average 7 a game. Turnovers, Toulon. Top in terms of that statistic. Bernard's been charged down here. It's come up to his servant. Pilisi comes away. Caught. And La Rochelle ball. Knock on from Toulon. Pellici.
Please correct me if I'm wrong.
Outside.
But Kaolashvili, what a tackle from a tight head prop. Bernard doing well. He's not doing well there. He has all the time in the world. Tilis ball gets him out of trouble. That's gone back, I think, from Turisaba. He gets out of trouble.
Look at him working
And look
hard
at this,
now.
look at this. What a tackle from the Georgian. And that's what they have. That's why they're second in the league. That's why they're defying all the big money teams around them. They've got big lads who carry the ball, gives them an extra yard, and they're just true to one another. Good on you, La Rochelle.
But Victor Vito scored try against Cash at home in the last round of the top 14. Sacco's got 17 points that day. Every single player on the field, the other 14 all rushed in. It was like just one big family, and that is certainly the atmosphere that you get down in La Rochelle. Well held on by Polisi. Ruvalo was looking to go through again for that Victor Vito pass. Ratet. Manoa just about gets hold of the scrum half. Here is Victor Vito, try scorer, as I say, against Cass in the last league meeting. Well, that's really a fine first half. 3 scrum penalties for La Rochelle. Rumouring value is he off to something. He doesn't know, and he's gone through. Just caught by Fresia round the collar. Another centimetre on, and Murray Valu is through. Gito just hammers it downfield. The choir is there. Good chase by Orioli. Rates. See that turnover work. Fresia, Gito. That's why they're top of the league in terms of that statistic.
Le 17 rouge debout sur ses appuis, on garde au sol, on empêche le turnover rapide.
Rete is down, he's holding his ankle. Is it Zaka pull it? Yeah, it is, you're right, Johnny, got better eyes than me, mate. Yeah, but even more. Probably even more importantly that it's not Rete. But again, it's that ability. Murimu Valley, he's just seen his forward zigzagging up the field, and he goes, I've got to get in there and help him out. This ball should have gone downtown. Lacroix, it's a great tackle from the hooker though, isn't it? Orioli just going around, then you think, right, let's chip it through. He doesn't. Holmes takes it in, and this is where he gets accidentally stamped on. He's holding his shin. Hopefully it's one of those painful injuries.
It's big Jose Suter he goes into. It's a tie, this, isn't it?
It's a good game. But again, it is a facet of Toulon's game that they send. If someone does decide to run it back, it's almost boom, we're on him. It's like a pack of hounds. He looks alright, he's just getting a bit more strapping. Pack of hounds on a fox, and they're going to go into the corner. I told you it was a good game.
5th in the top 14. Toulon, 10 points off Clermont, 9 off La Rochelle. In those playoff places, you see shots of Mike Ford on the right. Tom Whitford, the Toulon manager, in the middle. Richard Cockrell down on the touchline, of course. Brock James on. Brock James on for Zach Holmes.
He's going to need a bit more than tape. He's in a little bit of pain there, but again, Brock James, well, again, he's been a tremendous asset, a great signing, thinking, well, he did 9-10 seasons, a decade at Clermont, I'm putting my pension pot up a little bit. None of it at all. He's come, and he has been, again, one of the main reasons that they've charged up the league, La Rochelle.
Jason Eaton steals yet another line out. It's best in the league at that, along with Damien Schuley. Clermont, France international, and then Callas really again takes it forward a metre or two. They're just not getting a platform, Toulon, are they? And when they do get the ball, they're making some pretty basic errors for a team that possesses 11 internationals in the starting 15. The man is Knockouts. He's played for Fiji Sevens. To his slow, well, this man's played a few times just after, isn't it? 124 times, most caps African winger of all time. 67 tries, and he at the moment can't influence this game. Manoa Dwayne Vermeulen. In the week off, he's got through a lot of work, Dwayne Vermeulen.
Non, c'est bon.
He's come back from injury. Bernard up from 15, Gitto's out one. Rattez,
No.
good tackle,
Restez.
right round the ankles. Joan Smith against Eaton. Not for the faint-hearted.
The guy from Palmerston North made his presence felt out there then.
Ballon
Jason
ici,
Eaton,
disponible.
my word, that was a good hit.
No, it comes steaming in. Dealing like something, wouldn't they, before half-time here, Toulon. Nil on the scoreboard.
You mentioned Urbana, they could do with an Urbana special here just to settle things down, because they're trying but they're not getting through. It's a great setup La Rochelle have got. They're working superbly hard. They're not coming off the line that quick. But again, as soon as I say that, they just force a mistake out of Toulon, making them kick.
And he just forces Mamos into the kick. Where's this one going to bounce? It does bounce into touch. La Rochelle will have the line out. But only 22 tries conceded, Dowing, so far in the 16 games to date, La Rochelle.
Again, one of the reasons Urbana comes back into the side to try and stop the rush defence, or the drift defence, but there's no space. There's the big hit. You like to see that. Again, technically, probably it wasn't 100%, but it didn't matter. It wasn't dirty. It was just two big forwards on it, experienced forwards at each other. And in the end, Toulon kicking for the corner, hoping that they can nick one here. But you got to say that La Rochelle line out pretty good. Toulon not so good. Oh!
Now the line out goes to Jay Orioli. He short his ear as that ball on the line. Ruiz is having a really good look.
I think he scored it.
Gitto. No.
D'accord.
Tuasova. We're going to go back for the television match officials' opinion on this one. Philippe
Tu vas
Bonheur.
regarder s'il a pas passé la ligne ou deux, c'est ça? D'accord.
He's got the message in, go to the TMO. I think he'll just say try yes or no, and I think Oriol, just I was saying, the line out's gone superbly well, or almost guaranteed a ball, no panic. The overthrow happens, we were listening.
D'accord. D'accord, ok, arrête du temps. Ok, Philippe, donc tu veux qu'on contrôle? T'as un doute si voir si le ballon a franchi la ligne de la part du 2 rouge? C'est ça que tu m'as dit, hein? Allez, d'accord, on regarde les images, s'il te plaît. Laurent.
Has he got the grounding? Again, you allowed one movement, you've hit the ground there. You're allowed to move the ball, the momentum's taken over, you just have to brush that whitewash, and he's done that from this angle, I could say. I'm sure we will see it from this one. There it is. That's brushed over, that's gone over with your mates. You're allowed that one because that's the momentum coming from behind you. That should be given a try, and it should be the try that the crowd have been wanting just before half-time. Just brush the whitewash, brush the try line. That's all you have to do.
Un troisième appui au sol, il me semble que c'est sur le soutien qu'il aplatit. Je vois pas de claire évidence pour refuser cet essai. Est-ce que tu es d'accord avec ça? D'accord. It's not clear for me, double movement is try. C'est pas clair pour moi, double mouvement et c'est...
And it is going to be given from an actress. They do get something before half-time. Toulon Orioli saying how good the line-out has been on their own ball, on the opposition ball. Went to the middle of the line-out to Jason Eaton, and it doesn't work for La Rochelle, and they give the try away.
Well, he's their go-to man. He's their banker, whether at 2, whether at 4, whether at 6 at the back. And you're right, he just overcooked it. Did Forbes in that position. It happened, so they've just got to write that off. Toulon bench, I'm sure, are a little bit more excited than they're showing at the moment. Van Meulen on the left, Connor on the right. But they know they're in for a fight, they're in for a scrap. They knew that before. They'd have been watching the videos, watching the progression and processes that La Rochelle have been happening and giving throughout the season. And now that guy in charge, he is their number 1, number 10. And he's seen it, done it all before. Yes, that's a bit of a blow before half-time, but nothing to panic. They've come here to play their patterns and games, or game, I should say, and it's happened so far, apart from that one mistake then.
Toulonnais adds the 2, and that has put a very, very different complexion on the game. It's that their only chance gifted to them by La Rochelle. There really has been only one team in it. The away team in yellow, but black and white.
You could say Toulon haven't earned that really, because again they've been so, and Toulon, I suppose, of making those little errors just like that. Now there, Taufa Fanua.
Advantage to La Rochelle here.
I can say him, but I can't say his brother from Bordeaux.
Taufa Fanua.
But again, that's unfortunately for them, the story of the first 40. They're just holding on to a ball.
This half still not over though, as Corbell goes up. Brock James into Victor Vito, All Black against All Black.
Vito made 3 yards on his knees there, knowing that if he went down initially, someone's going to come over the top and seal that ball and probably nick it, if not slow it up. Just experience, brilliant play.
Tanguy needs a bit of help in there.
Non, 50-50.
Brock James, flat pass. Aguilar, this one's bouncing around. There's typically entertaining hooter for half-time at the Stade Felix Mail. What a half of rugby, and there is only 3 points in it. La Rochelle gifting Toulon the score right before half-time. 10 points to 7 at the end of the first 40. La Rochelle started well. Middle part was good, end part not so good. Fascinating second 40.
Oui messieurs, je suis avec Jean-Charles Orioli. Jean-Charles, vous avez eu énormément de difficultés dans cette première période, vous êtes revenu sur la fin, mais comment vous expliquez ces difficultés?
Tout simplement qu'on a du mal à garder le ballon, ils le portent très bien, ils arrivent à enchaîner les temps de jeu, ce que nous on n'arrive pas à faire du tout. On a du mal à avoir nos ballons en coquette, on a du mal à monopoliser le ballon, et ça fait qu'on fait que défendre, et face à une équipe de La Rochelle, c'est pas facile.
Deuxième mi-temps, face au vent, il va falloir conserver peut-être justement un peu plus ce ballon si vous y parvenez.
Ouais, ce sera peut-être bien un mal pour un bien pour nous, parce qu'il va falloir qu'on garde un peu plus le ballon et qu'on conserve ce ballon si on veut les mettre en difficulté. On voit que quand on arrive à enchaîner les phases de jeu, on arrive à les mettre en difficulté, mais pour ça, il faut enchaîner les phases de jeu. Ouais.
Merci beaucoup.
Philippe, est-ce que tu me reçois? Pour moi, le toucher. Ouais. Philippe, pour moi, j'ai une décision, épaule contre épaule. Les deux joueurs sont au ballon, il n'y a aucun échange de ligne pour empêcher l'autre ici. Ouais, d'accord. Tu m'as appelé, Philippe? Tu veux regarder s'il n'a pas passé la ligne ou 2, c'est ça? D'accord. Qu'il utilise, clairement, un troisième appui au sol. Il me semble que c'est sur le soutien qu'il aplatit. Je vois pas de claire évidence pour refuser ce TC. Est-ce que tu es d'accord avec ça?
Later tonight we have our second helping from France's top 14 for you. Lyon against Racing, the reigning champions, of course, down in 9th coming into this round. Racing 7:40 for that one on Sky Sports 5. We've got Tom May on duty for that one, who used to, of course, play at the Stade Felix Maillot. Tom May, and whether he's watching or not, but he won't have enjoyed watching his team struggle through that first half. They are down by 3 points. Toulon 7-10 to La Rochelle. Those other fixtures for you later on this afternoon. Cash against Montpellier. Both teams are in that top 6. Met each other in the Champions Cup as well. Grenoble right down the bottom of the table. Bernard Jackman's men have to get a win, if not their full 5 points against Stade Francais to start clawing their way back up the table. A couple of fixtures tomorrow: Bayonne against Brive and Bordeaux against the top team at the moment, Clermont, on their travels. There is confirmation then. Ratezo with a try, Orioli with a try for Toulon. Zach Holmes has missed one penalty but got a conversion and a 3-pointer. He's gone off. Brock James is on the field, and as we're seeing, Fernandez Lobby, Juan Martin Fernandez Lobby on the field for Toulon. I feel they need a bit of experience out there, Dowie, in that number 19 shirt, because they really were second best in that first 40.
Yeah, it is all about attitude and what you're doing with the ball. You carry it very aggressively, you hold on to it, and you get good communication from your guys that pull the strings. Mike Ford will be looking on and thinking, well, we're at home, aren't we? You know, that should be us. Those are the words that should be resonating around this stadium from the supporters. You know, we're doing well. At the moment they're not, because they've had very little sort of field position. They've been gifted that one try from an overthrow, and they just can't hold on to the pill. And, you know, I'm sure words will have been said by him and Cockrell at half-time. Gitto really needs just to stand up and get some patterns going, and forwards just holding on.
They need another Pilu.
I think they need a pill.
Matt Gitto gets the second half underway. Bottier yellow carded in that first half. As Lobby, just confirmation of that substitute for Jose Suta. Argentinian, 71 caps, 20 as captain. Gets the penalty. Early penalty for Pellici and his team, and they will surely square things off here.
Just the ideal start. Pellicici's not going to tap and go at all with that. Time for the thought process to go. Beaujolais and Cockrell. Only one thing that's going to happen from here: a potted goal. Bernard takes 1 from 1, and this is well kickable, and again an ideal start.
Bernard gets the 3 points, and we are all square. Great start, they're right early, weren't they? Toulon, obviously some words said. Just seen that shot of Beaujolais and Richard Cockrell, Mike Ford up in the stand. That is an eclectic mix.
Yeah.
Got some history, Mike Ford and Richard Cockrell. And George Ford, of course, formerly of Leicester. Brock James. Second kick-off of this second half already. Lacroix was screaming after that one. Juan Smith.
But Lacroix does well there. He doesn't overrun the ball. He doesn't let someone step inside him. He just takes the foot off the accelerator and makes sure he nails his man, which he did. So they've got to start from there, right deep in this sort of 22. And the result, okay, they'll take that. It's a line-out between the 10 and the 22. Pretty good.
La Rochelle will have the line out. At least you're not making huge amount of ground. Of course, Sebastian Toulonnais on the bench, the regular starter. There is Dwayne Mueller on the right. Suter has left his mark on the game. Alassane Tuolangi. Masso, the forwards coach for Toulon, right on that touchline. Never far away, is he? Fernandez has nicked this ball. Jason Eaton's not happy about it. Khaleesi gets it away to Gitter. Nonu. Mermoz. Leicester or Toulon. Still not been signed off for the FFR. Maxime Mermoz moved to the Midlands in England. Quovo trying to turn that ball over.
Very good start, well, very good start. Even to score another prop down, they don't want to lose him. Obviously with two big lads, Borgami away and Antonio away. Six Nations duty. Training at the moment. And that's where he gets caught. Gitter goes through the gap. And it's just his shoulder with his own man. It often happens when two guys are trying to get the same person. So hopefully he's not too bad at saying that.
Yeah, Danny Prizzo is going to come up.
He's off. As did Boubez for Toulon. Walked off gingerly in that first half. So you can see the wind is slightly behind La Rochelle.
Yeah, Corbell, he's worked really, really hard to become the number one. Lou said it's his 12th start today. Shows just how important he is to the cause. Danny Prizzo, just 23 years of age. He's a lump though. Speaking of lumps, powerful lumps, says Nonu. Yeah, Maxime Mermoz transfers telling a bit of a saga. Reports that terms have been agreed, but the final sign-off from the French Rugby's governing body is still not forthcoming. So the pantomime, the soap opera as the top 14 continues with Maxime Mermoz.
We will see. We'll watch the space. Jason Eaton again. Normally very good, trying to get that ball to Rater. As he's coming down, he needs just to get down. That time somebody's arms got in the way.
Just the seams, just
yeah, but again,
opening up for La Rochelle.
Just well, there is a lot of experience there. As long as Eaton's on that field and Victor Vita, they'll just pull it together. They won't. Yeah, exactly. Brock James in the back. They won't panic. This side. That's why he was, saying in the week, we're a good side. Godze gets his hand in there. That's why Taufa Fafuna wasn't allowed to carry on, crashing through the line out. Taufa Fanua.
You struggle with Sebastian, but not Roma. Brother Rob.
Hold my hand up.
Bordeaux Bergler.
No, he's just gone down. Good referee.
Taufa Fanua.
You just carry on and concentrate on the game, my boy. That's a great kick, isn't it?
I was just going to say, the experience. We're talking about Brock James. His kicking from hand is right up there. He's been one of the most consistent playoffs in the top 14 for the last decade.
It's all right. You've just leaked a try at half-time. I'm just trying to go through what would have been said in there. Again, you mentioned it. Don't panic. We've made a mistake. They haven't got physically an upper hand on us in the scrum at the set piece, not in the line-out. So everything is going our way in a sense. We've just got to concentrate, go through the process, and when you've got now James at 10, he will put the forwards in there. Just keep going as a unit. They're tackling very well. The defence is good. Just because it's 10-10 now doesn't mean, oh gosh, Toulon are going to come back. They'll stick at it.
Well, we saw from the kick-off for the second half, didn't we? That La Rochelle wanted to play deep. It was a deep kick-off with Lacroix chasing it. See a bit of Richard Cockrell in that. Driving more.
Yeah, but it's gone nowhere in a sense. You'd expect that to be boxed by Pellissier. It's all well, here it goes. It's all well marshalled, and that's a bad.
Mirage has grabbed it though. Situation was not commanded by Murray Valois. Going to go back though.
Guys offside, but again, sorry to mention.
Botia!
No, he's gone too quickly. Good my gosh. It's all going off over here, but again, sorry, to go back to that box kick, it wasn't a very good box kick. What happened, it was a hash of a communication from La Rochelle to try and get underneath it. So I think Brock James will just say, slow down. Navani Botia thought he could see a gap. This will go over, this will give him the lead again. You can see that's gone too far, but what's happened is it's such a bad kick in a sense that Rattez isn't anywhere near it. There's the quick tap. No, the referee is having none of that.
Why?
Is it from the right place? I don't know.
En plus, il est hors jeu, il a la réception du ballon, donc c'est bien Jean-Claude, c'est parfait.
He's been given back. The guy that was offside. Anyway, after the comedy of errors we've just seen, Brock James in front of the post will take the lead.
And there it is, 13 points to 10.
6.
Amosa. Alexis Bell.
6.
No more for La Rochelle, some fresh legs there. Amosa. They weren't going to rest Corbell, were they? Matea going off as well, Alexis Bell. On scrum half. Nice will go to that back row, I'd have thought.
Well, Mosa, again, you want impact, you want a guy to come on the field and make a difference. He can and he will. He only knows one way, carrying the ball straight and hard.
Botia breaks through yet again, right through the middle.
Philippe, il y a les bras sur ça là. Tourne vers le banc.
Turnover again by Toulonnais. It's just about saving them, isn't it?
It was Gitto, whether he was on his feet supporting his weight, the referee believes he was.
Not just saving him in this game, but this season. Bernard calls for it, Nonu now. Jason Eaton can't get it.
It's got to be forward.
Only a metre and a half down, so it's fine. Fernandez Lobe. It's very forward. Gitto, a little short one. Brescia and now Van der Merwe. Penalty La Rochelle. I just wonder whether Alex is
sur ses appuis. Le 8 sur ses appuis en garde au sol.
May have made a little bit of a
Non, c'est bon, merci.
mistake. Opportunity to balance things up. I'm just
saying is he's even things up, balancing things up, but you can't do as a ref. I'd love to see again Gitto, whether it was one of the steals of the weekend, if not the season, they're just definitely stopping a try. But it was, again, it's a great break right from their own 22 initially, and one of the big forwards couldn't quite see it, make out who it was, but then to Botia, who took it up, and then he had left or right to go after that initial ruck. Gitto's intervention stopped that and stopped a try.
I mean, every line break, isn't it, at the moment? It's only one.
Here we go.
Cuervo, Botia.
Johnny Hubo, you say Cuervo, I'll say Hubo. What we know is Botia. It's Bernard, he takes a heck of a clattering then. We can't quite see the follow. I'd love to see the follow-up then. That is forward. The movement goes on. That's got, you're right, it's 2 yards, it's not a yard and a half, pal. Well, we've got a game because, again, the referee's joué, let it go, let it go. As long as it's the same for both sides, it doesn't matter too much.
Chile Chabrol, Chile Bordeaux. So new tight end, new scrum half for Toulon. And they are, both teams are playing here. La Rochelle in a 6. Too much to lose. Toulon.
Non, 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 non.
Just going to get this season back on track. These home games so important, of course.
Avantage sur en jeu.
Last home defeat was against Saracens. Round 1 of the Champions Cup back in October.
Joue avantage, hein.
Well, the ref's got his hands up for Prizzo, who's basically come in from the side, so he is playing an advantage here. But Toulon, like you said, John, they're just going to want to play this. Want to play, they want the ball in the hands.
Avantage va
And here we
revenir.
go.
7.
We're back for Danny Prizzo, as you say, coming in from the
Le 7
side.
hors jeu de ligne. À part du 7.
There's a bigger picture here for Toulon. Can't drop points at home, certainly to keep in touch with the leaders. Say 9 points shy of La Rochelle in second, 10 shy of Clermont. But also they've just dried up in terms of try scoring this season. 12 try scorers in the last 2 years. They've only scored 7 tries in the last 6 games in all competitions. Compared to the last 6 games for Jason Eaton's La Rochelle team, 23 tries in the last 6 games. Now, somebody will say, well, compare the opposition. But he's done 7 tries in the last 6.
Exactly, you just can't pull away. But if you look at last weekend's game, Tuisava dropping that ball onto his foot, should have been a try. You know, some of Manoa should have scored. You know, ifs, whats, maybes. But again, if you're not scoring points like that, 5s and 7s, you're not pulling away from sides. So sides stay in it. You mentioned Mitchell Cockrell. I think they've probably done this a few times in the training paddock. Get a massive weapon as long as it's there, cohesive. And now it's time to pull the trigger.
Sidon Batangi, second row for La Rochelle. Rochelle try scorer. The burst through.
Just seem not to keep the pace up the Toulon. It's so easy for teams just to go, okay, we'll slow you. It's 2-3 phases, then they're almost going to start again.
Brescia. Right in the shadow of the post now, Orioli. Top for Fanoa. Jimmy Boardwalk brings some control, won't he? There's Gito well. There's Gito. Agriot hasn't done too much this afternoon. He's going about his business very quietly, but that's a great tackle for the French barbarian. Ramos. Well held on. Good block, James. Smith to Gito, they're building here to multiple phases. Tough with Fanoa, surely not that ball on him.
En avant. Just
He's left the ball there.
calm down,
Sure,
please.
suggesting that
Calm down, control yourself. Pour moi, c'est en avant du Messi du 12.
this is a decision
Blanc, mais
that
pour les rouges.
La Rochelle knocked the ball on.
Arrêt du temps.
We'll watch again, it's just phase after phase, but again, really going nowhere.
Maybe it's a mistake, you know?
Decision of the passing isn't
Maybe
too
it's a
good.
mistake.
Ramos is
Just for
having
me,
to
just
take that
by
ball
you.
behind him. Gito
Understand?
eventually gets the ball. He knows that if that ball goes out to the right-hand side, there's an opportunity. One goes in to help.
Je vais changer de côté. Je suis bien.
Here's the other time he takes it forward.
Ouais, je vais bien. On va
Well,
dans
it
l'accent.
seems from that angle that it was
Je vais changer de côté. Ouais, s'il vous plaît, je vais dans votre
forward.
conseil.
From his interpretation
rester de ce
of
côté-là,
that
je vais rester avec
but he said La Rochelle hand got in there first.
J'ai poussé 30 minutes déjà. Non, je dois.
Francois Tranduk in the trenches.
And this guy, Alessandro Tulang, has again made certain impacts throughout his career in different clubs and scored certain special tries. And Tulang could do with one at the moment.
You just feel like, I mean, for the Habanas, the Nonus, the Mamars, the Tuisolas, the Gittos,
Stable.
Norwich, Smith,
Dans l'axe, arrête dans l'axe.
penetration there. Certainly penetration with that scrum though. Penalty Toulon. 13-all.
Well, that's the first time
blessure
today you've
future
seen
entièrement
a
sort
really
les dents.
sort of correct terminology, power, well, there's different words for power, but just a sign that's just gone, right, we're not having any more of this now, and if we can't go on you, take you on the white outside and get around the side of you, we're going to go straight through the middle, and this is a good way of doing it. They keep going forward, there is no way that ball is coming out of the back of that scrum from Sama Manoa. That goes straight to the kicker and straight for 3 points to even the lead up, not messing around. Like I said, it's the first sign that you would suggest that Toulon are getting on top as far as that set piece, but again, I don't think it's a panic button for La Rochelle. They'll just have a chat in that front row, the front five, restructure, and now ask Brock James now to probably ping the corners a wee bit. But you can see what Toulon can do with a bit of ball.
And they've been making David Fial on the side, talking to Colazo about scrums.
What a kick.
What a kicker, what fouling mistakes. Banner and Nonu. They want to take the touch. 127 caps between them now, here you go. Keystone Cops.
It doesn't matter whether you get 127 or just one or two. That was just a superb kick. Lacroix again biding his time. Again, the crowd don't like it. The banner will milk it.
I'm just not sure that it went out. Callis really has made way, but Fial. Rochelle have been breaking through well, haven't they? Botia, Murray Valu. Don't need to panic, as you say now. It's still 23 minutes left on this clock. We're going to have to sort this set piece out, though.
Sidano is on. Again, he's a bit of a beanpole. We can get up there. And again, anything you can do, we can do slightly better. They were saying to Toulon, then unfortunately, he got the ball to the back. It has to go be transferred now. One of the new rules this season. And as it was getting transferred, just dropped down. But they're in the preferred area, putting pressure on. And after that last scrum, this should be sort of easy peasy for Toulon. But it doesn't always happen like that.
No Gourdon as well in that back row for La Rochelle. An incredible beast at home. Only lost 3 of the last 35. La Rochelle and also back. Marcel Delapont. New prop, same result though. Penalty too long, and they can march upfield, home team.
Well, the message has come on from Cockrell, without a shadow of a doubt. You keep that ball in the back at 8's feet, and you just keep pushing.
Turn the screw.
Yeah, and it's the first sign. Those last 2 scrums suggest to me that obviously there's an ascendancy there. That will gain you a penalty, that will gain you yardage, that will gain you position down the field, and hopefully a penalty and win the game. And it's now in the referee's mind that the last 2 they're going forward. It wasn't controlled well, but he'd already made that decision. As soon as it gets back to Manoa at the back, he is broken off. But is that a look to the coaches, a look to the heavens? For the first time, maybe Jason Eaton's thinking, do we really believe?
Only 3 of Toulon's top 14 games have not been won by the home side this season. European games is that statistic as well. Last 12 won by the home team. Now 7 in this top 14 in a row. Chili Chaba. Georgian international 32 times. Savannah.
No.
Arrête du temps. No, just wait.
You gesticulated with your hands.
7.
I just think you'd be slightly annoyed on a Sunday morning at an amateur club if that mistake was made.
There's no space. You got 3 or 4 people down a tram line of about 5, and I think Gods has
Vous savez très bien ce que je veux dire. Il tombe dans votre camp, d'accord. Il veut sortir, vous le bloquez. Ça marche? D'accord, très bien. Je regarderai, mais là, ce cas de figure, il est clair pour moi.
Basically, keep trap shut. But you're right, Johnny. There's nothing going on down here. Well, there is. Fernandez Lobby has to take that ball in and just take contact with Victor Vito and recycle.
Allez, jeu!
Despite this home away record for Toulon, it's the away record that's So surprising for La Rochelle, awful on the road last season. Now the best in the league, 4 wins, picking up 16 points. One of the main reasons why a team who finished 9th last year, 9th the year before, currently 2nd and could go top. Seneca remains the same. Certainly if they win this one, Victor Vito, back for Lacroix, who steps off his right. That is silky skills from Victor Vito. Quality operator. Murray Vallo. Bottier outside, he goes through the middle, it takes 3 to stop it. Sidaro. Crowd have gone really quiet now. Bale waits. Namosa. Bottier's in there, not too many options in terms of backs outside. We're trying to go through the middle again. No, it's Forbes.
Well, at worst they get a penalty. I don't think this ball is going to go too far away from the big forwards or the big centres, I would say. They're just going to pick and drive, try and get a try or try and milk a pen.
And this is where they need to manage this game. And what's that? Chile is right up his feet, saying lâchez now, Alex Ruiz. Murray Vallo with Priso in support. Victor Vito.
Watch out for Lacroix with the scrum cap coming across.
Yeah, he's just hunting, isn't it? Brock James throws one over the top. It's going to be there for Rattez. He scores it. Second of the day for the winger. It's been all about the man in the scrum cap alongside him. Tournament Gabriel Lacroix. Today it is all about Vincent Rattez. 2 tries of the Mayon.
Well, a little bit early to celebrate, but again, they've done quite a bit this season already of the La Rochelle faithful. Again, it was tremendous from that line out. It was a Kiwi double. Forbes throwing the ball into Eaton right at the front, the old front peel. He didn't come too much. Brock James, a superb up and under. Victor Vito, the sleight of hand to set this up, phase after phase. You think Lacroix, the try-scoring machine, is going to come off his wing and do it. It isn't. It's lobbed out to Rattez. You mentioned it, John. He's got 1. He's now got 2. The crowd don't like it. It doesn't matter what the crowd don't like. They are behind to score once more. What a score for La Rochelle. Forbes goes off for a well-earned cup of tea. Can they convert this? Can James get the round 7? Yes, he can.
Brilliant kick from Brock James. See here, James. Where does it come out of the hand? Direction of the ball. Don't suppose it's academic now, it's done.
Laws changes. It's not that where the hands are pointed now. It's up to the referee and the touch heads. They deemed that was with the momentum. You got to say La Rochelle deserve it. Well worked, didn't panic. They got down there. They just have to phase after phase, and all of a sudden the coach killer has happened. Sorry, Johnny, they just started off well. They're normally so good at the set piece and the restart, and they just dropped it.
Joan Smith now, it's gone again. It's Echula on for Orioli, and that man Moore on for La Rochelle, hooker for Forbes, I should say. He's a super sub right now, Moore. Jason
Avantage sur le côté sur la base de plaquage, le 7. Avantage pénalité.
He's coming from the side, says the referee. The Godzi Chilichava advantage being played for. 2-1 here. 7 points the difference. Just keeping this one up my sleeve. Probably worth mentioning though. La Rochelle, last one at the Stade Félix Maillard in the 1973-74 season.
7, on s'en va au placage sur le côté.
Not quite.
On se contrôle, hein?
You're in your mid-20s.
Comment? 7.
Well, they've been Toulon 3 the last 4 times.
$17 all. Guerrero looks on.
He had a good game last week. Masterful. Carrying out 16 carries for him. He can't do nothing this week. You can look at his charges. They've gone into the corner. Gitto is trying to do everything. Here's where the penalties come from. Again, 5 times out of 10 he may get away with that, not win. They've had that possession of Toulonnais on. Tofafanua's off, Creer's on. All change into the corner.
17-0 what they made early in the season on the Atlantic coast. The day when their line-out fell to pieces, lost 4 of the 9. Couldn't tackle either.
Sorry, Johnny, big throw here. Shorten line-out.
Etula, the grip to Yume. And that driving ball. Body position so much better from earlier in the season. Said, Pruitt, but Godzi out of the way. It's gone down. He's tried to get out of there. He feels he's come from a legal position. Victor Vito as well.
Well, he's got to go to the bin as well.
They'll take the 3, wouldn't they, here in La Rochelle? But it could be more. They've already had 1 yellow card. Bottia in the first half.
Laissez-moi vous expliquer. Vous avez le droit de rester ici quand vous êtes sur la zone du ballon, quand vous êtes à la création du maul. Dans ce cas de figure, clairement, vous êtes délié, vous n'êtes plus au maul et vous venez vous recoucher au sol. Ça fait 3 fautes délibérées de votre part, de la discipline, s'il vous plaît. C'est entendu?
Keep your discipline.
He knew exactly what he was doing. That, again, that's what you pay for. Get some big names, all that experience. You have a word with the referee before the game at half-time. You just try and get him on the other side. Has he come through the middle? No, he hasn't. He's come from round the side. He's just flopped onto the ball, but he's claiming it from the referee. He's come through. Yeah, whatever. They got another chance, though. 5-man line-out. Samo Manoa, just watch him, he's acting as scrum half. Normally the ball goes to where they stand. It's not that complicated.
Cobell back on.
Back on, yeah.
For Danny Prizzo. We'll shore things up in the scrum. Certainly been a turn of fortune in the second half at scrum time.
Rochelle, you've got to be pretty clear here.
As well. 5 metres out now, too long. It's got the depth though, they don't have too many options outside. La Rochelle turning over. And the ball is not coming out of there.
And it's the Argentinian international, Sidara. Number 18 on his back, did brilliantly. He just managed to get in there. There he is, you can just see the blonde locks a little bit. Strawberry blonde, he's just in the middle there. He's in between the 2 sets of forwards. And in the end, he just lies his weight almost on the guy coming through. You can see his head over top of the ball, and somehow he gets the foot into that because they believe that the ball was held up. So it's a win-win for him.
And the first choice loose end on now as well.
Right, this has got to go.
What a moment that was.
Massive moment, 2 big line-outs. I hope it's not spoilt by a scrum, but everyone needs to take some air in, some breath in.
Would you go for 3 in one of those penalties?
Yes. Hindsight is a tremendous thing. Yeah, I think you would. I think with Gitto there, you take it and you got plenty of time. 13 minutes, would have been 15 minutes then. Mike Ford looks on, look, it's his call. Mostly it's the coach's call. All right, you do put the pressure onto the players sometimes, but that would have been on from the pitch side saying no, go into the corner. They believe they're going to score. If you believe you're going to score, score.
It's 7 points down still. For that time, 15-16 minutes left on the clocks. Big scrum. Victor Vito comes away. Botties over the top of it. They won't move him.
Doesn't matter. They've done a job. They've been under pressure the last 10 minutes with the scrum. Victor Vito at the back knew straight away that ball will get hooked to me. I will just pick it up and I will just put my nose down and I'm going forward. Hopefully a yard, hopefully 2, but I'll give my forwards a target when they get it from that push.
Danger still not gone. Brock James has found some great length there on his kick. He's now up to the 10-metre line. Got the wind behind him. Colazo knows it.
He's going to come on in a minute. He's stripping off.
He's got the same profile as Guerrero, isn't he? Into the edge out. Place on the hooker.
Front, Victor, front!
Tense times in the mail. Really is. Last home defeat back in October to the reigning European champions Saracens. The only top 14 loss Mr. Nicolas Gollion's brave side. 6 out of 7. It's Toulonnais. Huge fair knock, Murray Ballard. Korea. Eaton is in there again. What a display from Jason Eaton.
Oh, there you go. The story of the afternoon.
Story of the season now.
Yeah, I can't disagree. I'd love to disagree with him, I can't. But again, it was like a Fijian handshake, wasn't it? Tuisava, Murray Vala just going and no, nothing to it. Mashing into each other. And you're right, Eaton has been phenomenal. There you go. Murray Vala's not looking to tackle, but that's what you do in Fiji. Just try and get in the way sometimes. Just after the procession of ball coming out, and then it goes back, and then it gets knocked on. Tuisava just showing the power that he can exert on a rugby field. And I've said it many times, but as defences become suffocating, you haven't got any gaps, any holes. You do need these guys, even if they just don't break through, they can just break and hold the ball up when 2 tacklers are there and someone comes off the left or right shoulder. He's a massive weapon.
Liam Gillon for Samuel Menard, a man who's got a few turnovers.
And he'll add a little bit of different one in Johnny Gill. He's all on the floor like a hooper, just all over the place, as supporting a link man. Menard is superb full, but more head down, grafting. Gill is an exponent of the dark arts, I would say. Getting a penalty, and they've got one this time. They're not going to go into the corner here, I'm sure. Well, I would say I'm sure. I'll be going for 3. Gitto. Oh my, well, I stand corrected. I would have gone for 3. It's not the easiest of kicks, but that puts you within 7. So it puts you within 4. Try. That's all you needed then. So, and they've been pretty good at this, La Rochelle, stopping the diffusing, I would say, the Toulon line out.
Do score late on though.
Yeah.
Toulon. 15 tries for their 35 in the last quarter of games. Tuangi on
Banner off
for Havana. Outside it's injury cover for Vincent Clerc.
Korea's again is a good line-up forward. The call has come. Juan Smith's there. You can see the guys at the front. But Godfrey and Korea just working together. Can they get this momentum? Can they put some oomph into it? Here they go. It's Sedera again.
La Rochelle have to be careful here. Another penalty in the danger area. Momas. Aguilar's been up to the task defensively all afternoon. Toulonnais Etular and Eaton there with a tackle. Korea, Toulonnais again. Here's Liam Gill. Toulonnais. 6 rugby playing brothers. Could do the other 5 here, couldn't they? Red shirts. Bugonti. Tackle by Brooke James. Juan Smith. A lot of French teams on the road in this situation when roll over. Not this La Rochelle team. Juan Spirit coursing through their veins. Gitto. Another advantage being played. It's knocked on by the Wallaby. Penalty. I wonder if Alex Reyes is going to do anything more here. 18. It's Sedaro. Man penalised.
Yes, absolutely.
Gitto is suggesting what I was suggesting. Plenty of penalties in this area.
Well, I think one more and he has to go into his pocket, but it's a difficult one because you say that La Rochelle aren't really cheating. They're keeping their structure, they're keeping their pattern. That was a knockover. We'll go back for the initial. People aren't probably rolling away as quick as Ruiz wants it to happen. You can see Kriya actually dragging people in there to get the penalty. That's a great tactic, by the way. Corbella's just come on, Kriya's just come on, and all of a sudden, no, he's not trying to get the ball away, he wants a pen, and that's where it came from. So that's very good gamesmanship. Well, I suppose it isn't in a sense as far as the game's concerned, but he's just won a penalty for his team. So this is it now. I make that the third time they've gone in for it.
And opportunities to kick three. He knows it. Steve Meehan behind knows it. Buzela looks up. 7 points down here at home. To the surprise package in the top 14 this season. Kriya demanding some power coming behind it. A bit of body position. Richard Cochrane's brought to this Toulon party. But James is trying to defend this now. Botti there as well. Creeping forward to each other. And to the ball. They're over. Is it grounding though? Ruiz is getting involved.
He has to come back out. He can't see, he can't give. Held up.
Held up over the line. Toulon scrum. Kriya says, well, there's a try. But without Ruiz here, because he goes to the TMO, we're only going to waste time. You can't see it. Players are canny, they dive all over the ball. No camera angle is going to see them.
Totally agree. And again, it's the modern game with the TMO. Everyone is going to fly in as soon as that ball's getting closer to the line. So the referee TMO can't see it.
Et je perçois bien le ballon qui n'a jamais franchi la ligne d'essai, donc pour moi il n'y a pas d'essai clairement, ok?
He didn't really need to go in and try and get that out because everyone's going to fly. As soon as it gets near that line, everyone's flying in and in. That ball should be just transferred back. The problem is when you get backs coming into a forward's job, they get in front, they don't quite know what's going on. They add their weight, but sometimes that can hamper a side.
Romano Granny waterboarding for La Rochelle.
You're right, it probably is great. Probably. Doesn't matter, we can't see definitely. Correct decision for Ruiz. Look, they've got into the line out 3 times now, 5 metres out. The crowd are demanding a try. They've won. Well, this is one big scrum. This is game defying.
17-all when they met earlier in the season. Will it be a draw again here at the Maillard?
Well, they've got the power. They've showed that.
From Rosa, come up, penalty to Toulon. Penalty try. Penalty try.
C'est une faute si le ballon ne coule, on tourne la mêlée qui avance.
Will be the full 7 points.
And conversely, I would say La Rochelle will take that because they were in danger possibly of going down to 14 guys. They slip there, they're going back. So if he resets 2 or 3 times, possibly you could milk a yellow card out of it and he would have been given a try anyway. He's just gone straight under the post. He's having no more of it. You can see they are crumbling. They are in control too long. They are back in this game. It's all square.
20 points apiece. They've hit the power button, haven't they? Yeah. Toulon in the second half. Clearly words spoken at half-time by Mike Ford, by Richard Cockrell, Steve Meehan, Marco Del Masso.
And they've gone back to the tight game. All right, they know they're known for the expansion and whatever, and the glorious, it doesn't matter. You've got to win this. You're at home. La Rochelle are breathing down your neck. These upstarts have come to town. They've got to be put away. They've batted away, and they've used their forwards to do it. And they've used the scrum. So powerful and so. You have to have a massive scrum. You have to have that potential within a game to exert that pressure, and they've done it in the second half of Toulon.
And they've turned it around in the second half of me. First half was certainly about the props, and now the starting props are back on. Kaulashvili, Corbell back on, and Calasso can. Man.
And I tell you what, he knows all about. You're powerful, you give me the last 6 minutes.
They'd take a draw, wouldn't they, La Rochelle? All the way up.
They'll take a win here. They're still in a position. Look, that was brought back in the 22. They'll have a line-out here which normally functions very well. Brock James is in charge out there. He's in the middle of the field. He'll be calling for a drop goal. He needs his forwards to do something for him first. But they won't panic. So as long as Jason Eaton and a few others are on that field, Victor Vida, they will not push the panic button.
Off the top to Butcher in the middle. Here we go.
I think they'll catch and drive this a little bit. Try and buy a penalty. Eaton's the man. There you go. Johnny Goober's there. He's a walking ball in himself. They're coming round the side. They'll be appealing to the referee for everything.
Eaton and Liam Gill. Some words. Should have gone off the top there.
They were never going off the top. Mind you, it would have been the con of all cons. It was a good setup though, but fair dues to Toulon.
Gill.
Was it Gill, was it?
Right round.
Can't believe it. Cannot believe it. They've got the position, they've got the clock on this side, 4 minutes to go.
He's not mic'd up, probably a good thing.
Longue liaison, hein? Longue liaison.
Something's happening in that crowd, isn't it? Some words have been said.
The former Toulon man, of course, Patrice
Flexion.
Calazo.
There you go.
Lié.
Words of encouragement, you think?
Stable.
Simon Clocher as well, didn't he? Now captain once by France. Doing a fabulous job, isn't he, with Xavier Carajosa.
What was the
Si
first
je vais
meeting?
d'un côté, ça tombe, je vais de l'autre, ça tombe, je vais pas faire que ça.
17 all.
17
Mais
all.
on tourne après.
Morris.
And you would think, I'm loving this game, and you would think that it is going to go to draw. Not too long, they've got the power in this scrum. This should just be a set move, out, exit. Okay, let's get down there. Don't give La Rochelle anything.
Vaguely straight to the ball. Gitto. Nonu floats one over to Silva, who does catch it. Rubala this time is not bumped off. And back so strongly in this second half. Toulon now just were not at the races in the first 40. Bernard to sober again.
Well, they're looking to play out. They're not looking to boot it. Admire that in them, but again, on the balance of things, every time they try to do this, they drop the ball.
Gitto. Just getting back to some kind of match fitness. Been involved the last couple of weeks. Maldonado been heavily involved all season. 13th start today. 6 European games as well. Verbally agreed a new contract, we understand, but quite believe everything you read. Top 14. Bernard now goes downfield. The lead try scorer, the quad.
Oh, what are you doing?
Well, goes high. Has he reclaimed it? And he has. Ratte is the man of the day so far. 2 tries. But he's gone through. Liam Gill on the floor. He's not on his feet anymore. Calazo is incensed. And for the neutral, you can understand why.
Cockle's asking for a timeout. Stop the clock. I'd like to see those two go at each other. Cockle and Calazo.
NFL, isn't it?
Is that Gill again? Again, I said he's a different player to Samuel Manoa. I think, to be fair, a draw is a fair reflection, a good result for both sides on this game. It's a good break, isn't it? Just tries to get his arms away. Steve Barry.
Easy on his feet now.
No, they say.
Side. He says, good call. Patrick Calazo. Patrice Calazo, I should say, says not a good call.
Everyone's getting involved. Everyone's involved now.
Plenty at stake. Plenty at stake. Toulonnais this would bring up to 43 points, so go into 4. There, not to lose. La Rochelle, for the moment, would go top. Clement off the Bordeaux-Bègles tomorrow mid-afternoon.
Last minute.
Jeu.
This ain't going to go in straight either. There you go. Oh, what a massive push
from La
That's got to be a pen.
Massive scrum. Massive penalty for La Rochelle. Their front line, first choice props today were brought back onto the field. Mike Corbell and Lexo Kalashvili. Look at Corbell, the effort he's put in. They have just won the penalty for Brock James to kick the winner.
Whether it's a master stroke from Calazzo or Shanagans, they have gone and they have put everything into that 8. They've put everything into that scrum. The ball's come back, it had to be a penalty. They tried to move it off the back. Victor Vita goes for a little bit of glory. It doesn't matter, and what a kick. It will be James to take this. We're in the red. 29 seconds to go, and here we go.
Last kick of the game. Brock James for the winner for La Rochelle. It's there. La Rochelle have done it. The best away team in the top 14 this season have just won at the Stade Felix Mail at a ground they have not won at since 1973-74 season. How big a game, how big a result might that be for La Rochelle come the shake-up at the end of the season? Toulon 20, La Rochelle 23. Toulon came back so strongly in that second half, but La Rochelle had the final say, and there is confirmation. 20 points to 23. La Rochelle beat Toulon, and later on tonight you can see how Racing get on away at Lyon. There's afternoon games as well for you.